holidays to exotic locations. We call it a perfect time to rekindle. But until last year, our holiday was pilgrimage. My family and I went on a spiritual yatra to the mountains. It was supposed to be the journey of faith, prayer, and peace. We packed our bags, carried prasad, and started our climb full of excitement. At first, everything looked magical. Clouds floating below us, bells ringing from distant temples, and people chanting together. It felt like the whole world was walking towards God. But then I saw something that did not feel right. There were so many horses and mules on the narrow steep path. Some had heavy people sitting on them. Others were carrying luggage twice their size. Their legs were trembling. Their eyes looked tired. One of them even had a small wound, and I could see it was hurting every time it took a step. So I asked my mom, why are they making animals climb like this? Why can't they use electric cars or ropeways? She said gently, because this is how people have always gone. But I could not stop thinking, if this is our journey, why does it feel so painful for others? We talk about faith and sacrifice, but somewhere along the way, we started believing that hurting animals is part of devotion, that somehow their suffering makes our prayers stronger. But tell me, how can pain ever lead to peace? If God is love, why do we offer cruelty in His name? Do you know, due to pilgrimage tourism, countless animals suffer till death. Every year, thousands of animals fall sick, get injured, and even die, carrying people to the temples that we built to spread kindness. We say these journeys bring us closer to God, but maybe they are taking us farther away from what God truly wanted us to learn: compassion. Long ago, when there were no roads or ropeways, people had to use animals. That was the only way. But now, we have electric cars, ropeways, and even helicopters. But yet, we still choose the hardest path. Not for ourselves, but for them. We invented the wheel thousands of years ago. It was supposed to make our journey easier, but not theirs harder. So why, after so much progress, do we still rest our faith on the broken backs of animals? Maybe the journey that is supposed to purify our soul is quietly wounding theirs. My teacher once told me, when we see pain, our brain reacts like as if we are in pain. It's called empathy, the science of kindness. That means our hearts are built to care. So if we hurt another being, even if we don't see it, a small part of our heart feels that too. True devotion does not need suffering. It needs feeling. It needs awareness. And it needs love. Maybe praying gently is better than walking proudly. Maybe kindness is the loudest chant. True devotion is not about what we carry in our hands. It's about what we carry in our hearts. When we feed a hungry bird, that's worship. When we protect a tired horse, that's worship. When we refuse to follow cruel tradition just because everyone does it, that's That's worship too. Because God does not bless us for what we sacrifice. He blesses us for what we save. So today, I invite you all to take a different kind of pilgrimage. Not the one through the mountains, but the one through your hearts. So let's ask ourselves, do we really need to make an innocent animal suffer to feel closer to God? Can we create pilgrimage where no being bleeds for our faith? Can kindness be our offering and empathy our prayer? Imagine if every yatra was cruelty-free, if every temple path echoed not with whips or cries but with care and calm, if people looked at animals not as carriers but as companions on the same sacred road, we can make that happen. We can choose to walk. We can share loads. We can use vehicles. We can choose love. And maybe one day, every mountain yatra will be remembered. Not for the pain it caused, but for the compassion it spread. Because the real journey to God is not measured in steps or altitude. It's measured in kindness. So the next time, when you fold your hands to pray, just ask yourself, would God ever want His name written in someone's tears? Or would He rather see His reflection in a smile of creature we choose to protect? Because to me, that is what true devotion looks like. And if a child like me can notice their pain, I hope your hearts can notice it too. Thank you.